Hey guys, what's up? Jimmy here with another Lots of Games video. So in the past couple years, I've been doing a lot of different episodes for Super Cheap Games where I talk about games you can pick up on the cheap. I've already done 7 episodes for the PlayStation 4. Most of the games that I've gone over in this list are going to be in this list today, and the reason for that is because since those videos I've done, a lot of those games have gone and dropped in price even more. So today I am super excited to go over with you guys 10 games that you guys can pick up for $10 or less. Now is a great time to be a PS4 owner. If you guys like these types of videos, definitely slap that thumbs up button so I can know to make more. Also, make sure to subscribe. I upload often. So let's go ahead and get started with a title right now you can pick up pre-owned at GameStop. The first one we're going over with you guys is $3. And that is the first Destiny title. Now, of course, Destiny 2 is going to be coming out next week, very, very soon. A lot of you guys might not be sure about Destiny 2. If you have a PS4 and you don't have Destiny, I mean, you can pick it up for $3 at GameStop. A lot of people, of course, have traded in their copy of Destiny. And check it out. See what the game's all about. It's by Bungie. It sold millions of copies. And a lot of people are super excited for the sequel. And again, if you have a PS4, if you're not sure what to get, you don't have a whole lot of money, this is definitely a no-brainer. Okay, so the next title is actually a very fun, it's one of my favorite action titles on the PlayStation 4. And you can get it right now at GameStop for $10, like $9.99. And that is Transformers Devastation. I remember getting this one. I was fortunate enough to get a early copy, a review copy, and I wasn't too sure because, you know, it is kind of touch and go. You're never really sure what you're going to get with a comic book or a movie or a major franchise title. This one was actually developed by Platinum Games, and it is such an incredibly fun game. So much stuff going on. It's got the original voice acting from the original 80s Transformers cartoons, huge epic boss battles. And the great thing is that in Transformers Devastation, you can upgrade your Transformer before you start each mission. What kind of weapons do you want? How do you want to, what kind of abilities do you want? And it works very, very well. Very fun and exciting ride. Definitely recommend you guys check out Transformers Devastation. Okay, so next up, of course, we talked about Destiny 2 coming out soon. Of course, also coming out very soon is Star Wars Battlefront 2. Well, right now, the first Battlefront game you can pick up for $7 at GameStop. And this is an incredibly fun first-person shooter with huge epic battles. Of course, a lot of people are super excited for Battlefront 2. And the great thing about Battlefront 2 is it does have a campaign. Unfortunately, the first Battlefront does not, but there's still so much to do. And at $7, I highly recommend you guys check this one out. This is actually one of the best-selling games on the PS4. It's actually in the top 10, with the hundreds of, really good-selling or really fun PS4 games pick up. This one cracked the top 10. Check it out for $7, see what all the fuss is about, and see, if you're not too sure about Battlefront, check this one out. You could get it now at a really low price, and it's definitely a low investment for you to find out if you should in fact pick up the second Battlefront game. Okay, so next up is an incredibly fun and just an epic RPG. And you can pick it up right now at GameStop for $10, $9.99, and that is Dragon Age Inquisition. So this is an open world RPG by BioWare. Of course, there's millions of fans of the first Dragon Age game. There's kind of a split, mixed reactions for Dragon Age 2. A lot of people a lot of people liked it. A lot of people didn't like it. They thought it was kind of a step back from the first Dragon Age game. Most people that played Dragon Age Inquisition loved it. It scored very well, not just with reviewers around the world, but with gamers as well. Lots of different characters to choose from, to select, to fight with, epic battles, And again, with choosing the different characters that you want to fight with, it really is up to your playstyle. What do you feel like playing? Do you feel like going in with a sword in the heat of battle, or do you want to be more of kind of like on the sidelines or away from the battles and kind of shooting off magic from a distance? So it's really up to what you want to do. Like I said, an epic RPG, and now it's at an incredibly low price point, $9.99. That's an incredible deal. Especially, it's just a no-brainer if you are an RPG fan. A definite must-buy if you guys have a PlayStation 4. Okay, so the next one is an interesting one. You pick it up right now, pre-owned for $7 at GameStop. One that a lot of people don't know a whole lot about, and that is Chromia. Or Chromia Omega. And this one I have known about for quite some time. It's a very unique shooter. It kind of has visuals that remind me of like Star Fox. And I definitely wanted to show you guys this one. And what's so interesting, it's at such a low price point. To be quite honest, guys, I don't know in the next several years if it's going to be at this price. I'm not saying it's going to shoot up in price. What I am saying is I would not be surprised if it did go up in price, because, this is a title not a whole lot of people know about. How rare will it be in the future? Time will tell, but now is just a great time if you want something new on your PS4, an interesting shooter with interesting gameplay and visuals. Definitely check out Chromia for $7. Okay, next up, now I've got here the Steelbook. This is Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. The standard copy you can pick up right now for $9.99 at GameStop. This is a really interesting RPG. It was originally released on the PSP. And actually, this one on the PS4, it did quite well. It wasn't like, it's a niche title where only like maybe 200, 300,000 people bought it. This is one that sold around 1 million copies, I believe. So it actually sold quite well on the PS4. I did get the collector's edition, and it comes with an incredibly amazing gold steelbook case. But if you are looking for, of course, Final Fantasy 15 is a great RPG, but if you want more for your Final Fantasy fix, this is definitely a more of a different type of Final Fantasy title, more of a unique battle style and gameplay mechanics. And yeah, you could pick it up for $9.99. Check it out, guys, if you are a fan of RPGs. Okay, so the next title is actually a digital download, but I made my own custom cover, and that is Flower. You can pick up Flower right now at GameStop for $7. You can buy the digital download. This is a game that was first out on the PS3, and it got brought out to the PS4. It's 1080p, runs at a really smooth 60 frames per second. This one is super different, but it is very, very relaxing. Really nice, enchanting music. You play in these different levels. You've got these flower petals, and you're just trying to kind of like bring life to the world. And for those of you guys that haven't seen some of my previous episodes, I've talked about this. Flower is actually one of the top-rated games on the PlayStation 4. It has a very, very high Metacritic score. Some of you guys are seeing this like, Jenny, I don't know, this is kind of weird. It is kind of weird. It is kind of different, but it is something unique and something very, very enjoyable. There's lots of shooters out there on the PS4. There's lots of action games out there on the PS4, which is awesome, which is great. But if you want something different to pick up and play on your PS4, definitely check out Flower. $7. A really unique and cool experience that I recommend you guys take a look at. Okay, here's one that I recently talked about in an episode of Super Cheap Games. You pick it up right now, pre-owned at GameStop for $9.99, and that is Geometry Wars Dimensions. Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions Evolve. This is a twin-stick shooter. You could have up to 4 players offline. You could have up to 8 players online. And it was first released, this franchise first released on the Xbox 360. And this just has time-tested gameplay that just works very, very well, where you're always trying to do better. You're always trying to take down the hordes of different like enemies coming at you in all different directions. It's very, very fun, very, very addictive. Yeah, it looks very, very basic, but there's just heart-pounding, pulse-pounding music that works really well with the gameplay. And it's a whole lot of fun. It's one that I recommend you guys check out. And it's certainly a fun little party game. If you've got a few friends over, you could do some 4-player couch co-op. There's some, 2 to 4 player couch co-op games on the PS4. This is one of those fun ones that I recommend you guys check out. If you got a family, if you got friends coming over, it's just a blast to play with them. Okay, so next up, guys, the video footage you're watching right now, it's almost 4 years old. This is me getting my PlayStation 4 from Amazon.com, and at the time, weeks before the PS4 was released, I couldn't get a pre-order for just the system. I had to get one of those console bundles, and so I ended up getting a bundle, PS4 with Killzone Shadowfall. Killzone Shadowfall was the first game that I got for the system. That's the game I'm going to talk to you guys about right now. Of course, when that game launched, it was $60, and now you can get it pre-owned at GameStop for $7. A solid first-person shooter. Now, at the time when this game was released, of course, it has the campaign and it has multiplayer, but when it was released, it kind of set the bar for a lot of developers and publishers. They're like, wow, look what Guerrilla did. They really outdid themselves in terms of the visuals and the graphics. A very visually impressive game. Of course, now, today, almost 4 years later since Shadowfall was released, you've got better looking games, but nonetheless, this is definitely worth $7. If you got a PS4 and you're looking for a quality first-person shooter on the cheap, definitely check out Killzone Shadowfall. Okay, so my final game I'm going to be going over with you guys today is the one you can pick up right now at GameStop for $9.99 pre-owned, and that is Tom Clancy's The Division. When The Division was first launched, it definitely had some issues and problems with it. Since then, they've patched it and added lots of content. This is a strategic third-person shooter. It's open world, lots of different scenarios, and tons of side missions. And The Division has really come a long way. Just a really cool setting. You're sent in as this last hope to kind of save civilization. There's this virus that's ravaged the city, and the city has been basically declared as a no entry, where like no one can leave, no one can come in, and you're there to just get medical supplies, build up hospitals, medical centers, and help people who are really struggling to keep things together. You can play this. You could take on these missions alone or with your friends, and now's a great time to pick it up because, again, Ubisoft has done a lot to make sure that the game is running smoothly, and there's just so much to do, and you can pick it up for a really good deal. It's a great game to add to your PS4 library. Well, guys, there are 10 games you can get for $10 less on your PS4. If there's any other games they can pick up on the cheap that it did not cover, that I'm going to cover for another one of these types of episodes, definitely leave a comment in the section below. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you later.